The wrestling world is an exhilaration as John Cena has officially turned babyface on the latest episode of SmackDown. The Cena Nation leader has returned to his heroic roots, something that fans have been clamoring to see for a long time. This has ignited a fresh energy into his upcoming undisputed WWE Championship match against Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam. Cena has very limited dates left in his farewell tour, and his babyface turn has also opened up endless possibilities for the coming months. From chasing the Intercontinental Championship to competing in his first ever War Games match this year, there are indeed a plethora of things that can happen in the franchise player's final months in WWE. Let's explore 4 directions for John Cena in his final WWE months following his babyface turn. John Cena is one of the most decorated stars in all of pro wrestling. However, the one title he never won in his legendary career is the Intercontinental Championship. Now that the 48-year-old is officially a babyface, he can feud with Dominic Mysterio down the line after SummerSlam. The Judgment Day member is expected to retain his title against AJ Styles at the Summer Spectacle, while Cena is expected to lose his. Therefore, the franchise player could go right after Mysterio, expressing his desire to become a Grand Slam champion before wrapping up his career. WWE is set to host War Games yet again this year at Survivor Series, and John Cena is advertised for the premium live event. It will be his final appearance at the iconic event, and the creative team might look to do something creative rather than putting the WWE legend in a traditional one-on-one match at the spectacle. Cena could compete in the War Games match this year, where he could lead a babyface faction. He could team up with Roman Reigns and other top stars and form a dream alliance against a heel faction. It will be a treat for the fans to watch the Cena Nation leader wrestle in his first War Games match in San Diego. One of the things fans often miss is John Cena's Doctor of Thugonomics gimmick. While it was only a far-fetched wish during his heel run, it is now a real possibility since the franchise player turned babyface. There is a good chance that he might bring back the iconic gimmick one last time for one match. During one of his last few matches, Cena may show up in his streetwear attire with a baseball cap worn backward. He could come out on his Doctor of Thugonomics theme song and deliver a memorable match. However, it could just be a one-off appearance in the iconic gimmick, enough to entertain fans. Now that John Cena has officially returned to his heroic roots, he could put over heel superstars in his final few months. He could have feuds with Drew McIntyre, Braun Breaker, and other stars. However, one of the biggest heels currently on the roster is Gunther, and Cena could decide to go up against him before leaving the place. The WWE legend could give the ring general one of the biggest moments of his career by deciding to wrestle him in his farewell match. WWE has been building the Austrian as the biggest and baddest heel of this generation. Therefore, John Cena, the ultimate babyface, going up against the most vicious heel in his farewell match, would be a sight to see. Subhasish Deb is a writer at Sportskeeda, India's leading sports and esports platform. With 3 years of experience in sports journalism, he has been writing compelling stories and analyses, covering trending news and its underlying aspects. His writing style is distinctive for its use of rhetorical devices, which allows him to elevate wrestling journalism beyond mere reporting. Dad has been an avid WWE and cricket fan since childhood and believes the blend of his love for sports and knowledge of writing led him to become a sports correspondent. Given his love and passion for this industry, he has worked for several top firms and media outlets both as a seasoned writer and as an editor. Apart from penning engaging articles, Depp has also done scriptwriting for a few local short films and has directed and produced one of them. When the spotlight dims, he loves to escape into the world of web series and anime, indulging in the magic of storytelling. After 2 decades of hustle, loyalty, and respect, John Cena is preparing for the final chapter of one of the most iconic careers in professional wrestling history. With his recent babyface turn bringing back the pure, crowd-popping version of Cena that fans grew up with, the WWE Universe is buzzing about what could be next. Cena's Twilight run offers WWE a unique opportunity to honor a living legend while elevating new stars and telling unforgettable stories. As speculation builds around his farewell stretch, there are several compelling directions WWE could take with him before he hangs up his jorts for good. One direction WWE could take is a full-circle rivalry that reaffirms Cena's legacy while creating space for the future. A feud with a heel-leaning Cody Rhodes, for instance, could explore themes of legacy, expectations, and redemption. With Rhodes now firmly established as the face of WWE, his character might become gradually more obsessed with maintaining that status, so much so that he begins to cross lines Cena never would. Cena, returning with the old-school moral compass that defined his babyface years, could act as a moral check on Rhodes' actions. Their verbal jousts would be electric, Cena calling out Rhodes for losing his way, Rhodes responding with venom about Cena overstaying his welcome. Such a feud would not only allow Cena to hand off the proverbial torch in a meaningful way, but also show the emotional and philosophical depth modern WWE storytelling can achieve. The match itself, ideally at WrestleMania, would be a generational collision, rich with symbolism and gravitas. A victory for Rhodes would mark a full transformation into WWE's undisputed leading man, with Cena ensuring the spotlight is passed with honor. Another possibility lies in rekindling the fierce rivalry with Roman Reigns, only this time with the roles more clearly defined than ever before. Reigns, still in his tribal chief persona, remains the top antagonist in WWE. Cena, with his return to full-fledged babyface status, is the perfect foil. The feud would practically write itself, Cena representing the WWE of yesteryear, fighting for the heart and soul of the company, and Reigns asserting dominance over everything in sight. Their previous encounters have always been magnetic, but a final showdown could raise the stakes higher than ever. Cena could come into the feud with the motivation of defending the integrity of WWE against Reigns' tyranny. Even if the match doesn't end with Cena finally conquering the head of the table, it could serve as a powerful bookend to one of WWE's most talked about rivalries. There's even a narrative angle where Cena doesn't need to win, he simply needs to fight, proving that standing up for what's right matters more than victory. That message, true to Cena's values, would resonate long after the final bell. Equally intriguing would be a program centered around mentorship and the elevation of a new babyface. Rather than focusing on one last conquest, Cena could instead turn his attention to building the future. Someone like LA Knight, who possesses charisma and fan support but still needs that final stamp of main event credibility, would benefit immensely from Cena's endorsement. The story could begin with Cena offering advice or tag team support, only for jealousy or misunderstandings to create friction. Eventually they'd clash in the ring, not out of hatred, but out of necessity. Cena would serve as both opponent and mentor, with the feud built on respect and the struggle to prove oneself. In this role, Cena would exemplify the values he's preached for years, demonstrating that true greatness comes from lifting others up. A well-told story like this would allow WWE to weave emotion, drama, and character development into a torch-passing moment that feels both earned and impactful. Finally, WWE could explore a deeply personal farewell angle involving Randy Orton. No one has been as closely tied to Cena's career as Orton. They debuted around the same time, rose through the ranks together, and defined the ruthless aggression and PG eras with their heated rivalry. A final showdown between them, not based on championship ambitions or heel/face dynamics, but on legacy, could bring a sense of poetic closure to both their careers. Imagine a scenario where Orton acknowledges Cena's impending retirement and challenges him to one final match, not to outdo each other, but to celebrate what they've built. Their story would be one of mutual respect, rivalry, and evolution. Promos could delve into their shared history, the battles that made them better men, and the road they traveled from developmental prospects to WWE legends. A Cena-Orton finale wouldn't need a twist or heel turn. Its emotional weight would carry the story. It would be a love letter to the fans who witnessed their rise and a heartfelt ending to one of the greatest wrestling sagas of all time. John Cena's final WWE months are more than a farewell tour. They're a chance for storytelling magic, character evolution, and meaningful moments that will echo in the company's lore for decades. Whether WWE chooses to pit him against a rising icon like Cody Rhodes, a long-standing nemesis like Roman Reigns, a promising babyface in need of elevation, or his greatest in-ring equal in Randy Orton, each path offers rich possibilities. The key will be authenticity, letting Cena stay true to the virtues that built his legend, while making room for the next generation to step forward. As the clock ticks down, fans won't just be watching Cena's final matches, they'll be witnessing the final brushstrokes of a masterpiece career.